Today we celebrate the patron of catechists, Blessed Cesar de Bus, a priest-teacher, founder of two religious congregations, the Fathers of Christian Doctrine and the Daughters of Christian Doctrine. He was born in France in 1544, educated by the Jesuits. As a youth, he led a holy and virtuous life. At 18, he joined the French army and fought in the King's War against the Huguenots. After the war, he dedicated his time in pursuit of the arts, writing poetry and painting. Then he tried to join the naval fleet which was besieging La Rochelle, but due to serious illness was unable to carry out his plans. Instead, he traveled to Paris. In Paris, Cesar drifted away from his faith and began living a life of self-gratification and worldly ambition. For 3 years he indulged his sinful wishes until the death of his brother, a canon of Salon. When his brother died, Cesar managed to acquire his vacated position, which he desired for its income and worldly connections. Then, one night, while on his way to a mass ball, he passed a shrine where a small light was burning before an image of the Blessed Virgin Mary. He was suddenly overwhelmed by the memory that a friend who had prayed zealously for his salvation. He immediately understood that there was no way he could live a life offending God and then expect to be accepted in the end. There on the road he experienced an outpouring of God's grace, resulting in his complete conversion. He returned to his pious lifestyle and at the age of 38 was ordained to the priesthood. Following his ordination, he began teaching the faith to those who would receive the gospel message from no one else, those living in deplorable conditions, those living in rural, poorly populated places, and those marginalized by society. Working with his cousin, Cesar further focused on the catechesis of the family, teaching both parents and children together. His ultimate goal was to prevent heresy. His work was so fruitful that he attracted many followers and decided to found an order of priests dedicated to the preaching of Christian doctrine. The order was known as the Fathers of Christian Doctrine, and a few years later he founded the Daughters of Christian Doctrine. He wrote 5 volumes on the Catechism, portions of which continue in use today. His instructions for the family on the 4 parts of the Roman Catechism was published 60 years after his death. He died in 1607 and was beatified by our good buddy, Pope Paul VI, in 1975. He was known for his virtue of charity and for his great zeal for preaching and teaching the faith. Yes, so there we have it, patron saint of catechists. We can all teach others how? By the way we live. The example we give is always the greatest teacher if we can show others that Christ lives in us. Amen.